This man didn't have magic, yet he had to light a candle. He only had a useless wand as a tool. If he couldn't start a fire, he'd fail the exam. However, this didn't stop the man. He simply used friction to ignite the candle. It turns out that since defeating the 7 demon fangs, although Matthew and his roommate had earned a lot of money, this battle also exposed the secret that Matthew couldn't perform magic. In this world, where everyone has magic, anyone found to be magicless would be sentenced to death. Just as he was about to be executed, a man suddenly offered Matthew a chance. This man, who was not only the captain of the magical security forces but also a seer, told Matthew that if he could light the candle without touching it, he would be spared from the death sentence. Everyone believed Matthew couldn't do it, but Matthew, using friction to start the fire, managed to ignite the candle. The man didn't go back on his word and decided to let Matthew go. Just as Matthew was about to leave, suddenly some sand wrapped around his legs, and a large mass of sand rushed toward him. At that moment, a group of people approached. They were all seers, each responsible for a department in the Magic Bureau. The leader declared that Matthew's sentence would not change, he was still to be executed. At this point, the bald-headed judge, who had been watching the entire time, stood up. It turned out he had been controlled by someone. He declared he was taking Matthew away. The one controlling the bald judge was a creature known as a parasitic magic worm. It could not only absorb a person's magical power but also use humans as hosts to undergo metamorphosis. If anyone tried to save the host, they would become the next victim. Before anyone could figure out a solution, John had already solved the problem. But then, the parasitic worm suddenly turned and attacked Matthew. However, Matthew unexpectedly spat out the parasite, which then transformed into a balloon dog.